It was a life-changing moment for me, identifying that I was 100% without a doubt addicted to creativity. I was putting in anywhere between 14 and 17 hours a day into my radio career. Why? Well, it wasn't because I was trying to stay away from my home life. No, I wanted to get back to my family. It's because I needed to be creative, and that was my outlet. I am addicted to creativity, and I am not alone. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. It's nothing new. I like going to really weird places. I do. I just love to do research and then share it. Maybe it's the radio guy in me. Or how about that little kid who sat in his bedroom in Billings, Montana with a Mr. Microphone and said, I don't want to be a normal radio disc jockey. I just want to be a freak at this stuff. My latest research, the classic television show Bachelor Father, that's on Antenna TV, they asked the question, when did hi replace hello? I sat up straight. Really, honestly, I did. I went, whoa. I never thought of that. When did saying hi replace hello? The change came at the introduction of the telephone. In fact, Alexander Graham urged everybody to not say hi on this new communications device. He says, try saying hello. But let's go deeper than this. Here in the South, there is the occasional hello. And yeah, every now and then you'll hear hi. But here in the South, it's the everyday thing to hear hey, which was a culture shock thing for me when I moved from Montana to North Carolina in 1985. When someone said, hey, that didn't mean hi. It was being called to the attention of. There's no pinpointed time as to when hey came from being hi. But experts say it became a national way to greet others in the early 1990s. So look at me. Right there in the South in 1985, we were practicing hey way before the rest of the world caught up. So do we really want to dive into this? Do we want to say, so when did people start saying yo or zup? Now I think all we do is we fist bump. And you know who gets the credit for the fist bump? President Obama. He was the one that did it on national television, did the fist bump, and they said, whoa, the whole world changed. Do the research. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. Stuff like this, man, I love it because I know it's a conversation starter in your life. It's that one thing that you can say, I didn't know. Or for a moment, you might just take your mind off from the crud that's going on around us, and you can go, I feel better for hearing that. This is The Daily Mess. We're going to hit a really super hardcore subject here today. We go from saying hi and hey and zup to, is getting burned out part of getting older? For decades, you get into a mode of reaching out and into things that's always connected to everybody else's expectations. And all of a sudden, one day you go, I'm done. I'm burned out. I love writing daily because truth on a page is a physical act of releasing energy. Every single one of us face burnout. Quicker today because opportunity is constantly growing around each and every one of us. When people tell me that they hate change, I love going into their story to study how often they make decisions to do something different, which leads to them admitting, I was just getting burned out. I've got another question. Were you getting burned out because you've shut down on learning new things? It's the same grind, day in and day out, mainly because we feel secure by doing the same thing. Then we get burned out. Change. It invites uncertainty. When's the payoff going to happen? Will there be a payoff? I don't want to be this person anymore. And then here it comes. I'm burned out. Oh, what an ill feeling. Burned out is then connected to, I've got to go get another power drink. I got to get some of that energy inside of me. Gatorade with their new power drink with 200 milligrams of caffeine. That'll get you out of that burnout stage. What's it going to do to that heart, though? You have to think about things like that because I will always say that my heart attack was connected to the power drinks. I had a case underneath my control board, and man, I was downing those things left and right. I was not playing a smart game at all. But be careful when it comes to burnout. I do a defrag journal. When I start feeling burned out, I whip out that book and I start asking myself some questions. What is it that you're truly feeling here? Is it you're burned out, or are you bored? Are you learning new tricks of the trade? Do you want to learn? Why don't you want to learn? And I think one of the main reasons why, when it comes to being in the business world, a decision maker's position doesn't give me inspiration, because those above the decision makers are really beating the hell out of them post-COVID-19. The way that they have to stay at work when the people below them aren't showing up for work. I mean, somebody's got to be there, right? You can't just close down the shop. You got to put in 12 to 14 hours a day. And we've talked about this. We've talked about how I really put myself into every single job that I did and had nothing to really show for it. What was the payoff? I wasn't getting any sleep. Family time? What was that? My neighbors, oh my God, how did they get so old so quickly? Because I was doing that. I was putting everything that I had into that. And then I got burned out. There's something that I want you to do a little bit of research on, and I can't be the only one who came up with this term, but I call it career suicide. Career suicide is that when you get so burned out, you start doing stupid stuff to get caught. And then when you get caught, you expect them to terminate you. Career suicide. Have you gone through that? What was the repercussions of such a situation? Because burnout is very real, especially today with so many choices and or too many expectations, and you're going, I can't do it all. And when they keep pounding you the way that they do because you have to hit a certain number, man, I will never forget, because I just wanted to do a real person's job. I've been in radio my entire life. I've never had a real job. I just wanted to do a real person's job, mainly because Mike Rowe does it. Mike Rowe is a major inspiration in my life. So I wanted to go to FedEx to get a job. They wanted to hire me. And they go, well, you have to be able to move 1,000 or more pieces of mail in an hour. Can you do that? I don't know. I've never done it before. And I wouldn't put myself in that situation. And the reason why was because I didn't want to learn new tricks. I didn't know how. So I've spent the past 2.5 years doing real people jobs. And I'm learning that, my God, there is a lot of sacrificing taking place, and it's too easy to get burned out. Defrag. Keep a daily written journal, meditation, frequency music. You can do this. It's easy to get into a burnout stage because it's easy to convince yourself, I ain't doing it. I just ain't doing it. I'm burned out. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.